Hey everyone, it has been nearly 3 months since the launch of iPhone 16 lineup, and after getting the new iPhone on day 1, I've been using it as my daily driver all this time. This gives me the opportunity to share my thoughts about the improvements that I have noticed over the iPhone 15 Pro Max and whether I'm happy with the purchase after 3 months of owning it. Let's start with the hardware. In terms of design, the iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't break new ground. The overall look remains the same dating back to the iPhone 12 Pro. Sure, Apple has introduced the new titanium finish last year, which is lighter, more durable, and feels great, but the lack of major design innovation is disappointing. Having said that, the new desert titanium color is stunning. It's Apple's flagship color for this model and it exudes a premium vibe even with a case on. I'm pretty glad that I went with this color option this year. This year, Apple has increased the size of the Pro Max model from 6.7 inches to 6.9 inches. The increase in size impressively comes from the thinner screen bezels, while the overall size of the device's frame remains the same. I'm sure a lot of engineering went into achieving this seemingly simple improvement. So does the 0.2-inch difference in screen size matter in day-to-day use? Not really. While I noticed the thinner bezels initially, once I put on a case, the impact all but disappeared. At first, I decided to go case-free to enjoy the thinner bezels, but I quickly regretted it. A small but noticeable scratch on the frame reminded me that even the titanium isn't scratch-proof. Now, I alternate between the ultra-thin Totalis super thin case for casual use and the more protective Taurus O-stand spin case, which even has a handy kickstand. I have made detailed review videos on this channel for both of these cases. You can find the link to these videos in the description below. Next, let's talk about the new camera control button. While it's a great feature for photographers who need precise control over zoom, depth, and exposure, it's less useful for casual users like me. As someone who mainly takes photos of my 2-year-old, I found myself barely using it. I am sure iPhone photographers out there who take full advantage of their iPhone's amazing camera would appreciate this touch and pressure sensitive button, but for me, this button has failed to live up to the hype Apple tried to create around it. Thankfully, Apple allows you to reassign the button. I have set it to launch Snapchat for quick captures and sharing, which has been a much more practical use for me. It's nice to have that level of customization instead of being logged into the stock camera app. Speaking of cameras, the results are absolutely stunning. While the changes might not seem huge if you're coming from iPhone 15 or iPhone 14, but if you have upgraded from an iPhone 13 or lower, you will find massive improvements with the iPhone 16 Pro's camera. Excellent low light performance, vibrant colors, and sharp details make this camera a joy to use. Whether it's portraits, landscapes, or videos, the iPhone 16 Pro Max delivers professional looking results effortlessly. One thing I would like to appreciate in particular is the new control pad feature that lets you adjust tone and color simultaneously by moving your finger around a control pad. It lets you adjust the intensity of specific colors and see those changes happening in the viewfinder in real time. This really helps with taking the best photos along with the photographic styles feature. A great thing about upgrading to the latest iPhones is that you get access to all of Apple's new iOS software features. Same is true with iPhone 16 as it brings all the software improvements and features that were announced at WWDC 2024 with killer performance. Apart from features that you get on all other iPhones, you also get Apple Intelligence features which are limited to the iPhone 16 lineup and the iPhone 15 Pro. iOS 18 works quite nicely on the new iPhones and you can take full advantage of its new features. While some features of Apple Intelligence such as the image playground might seem gimmicky, however, I really enjoy the Genmoji feature that allows you to create a new emoji by simply typing a prompt. This feature really spices up the conversations and gives you creative control over emojis. With Genmoji, you're no longer limited to the emojis that come with iOS as you can create your own. The only issue with the Genmoji feature is that if you use them in any messaging app other than iMessage, it sends them as stickers instead of emoji, which is weird. The Writing Tools feature of Apple Intelligence is also pretty great. The ability to summarize, proofread, making it concise, etc. is really helpful and can save you a lot of time when you're dealing with a large piece of text. The cleanup feature that lets you remove unwanted objects and people from your photos is also very useful, and I'm glad Apple decided to build it right inside the Photos app. The redesigned Siri interface is also pretty cool in my opinion. I'm very excited for the future of Apple Intelligence and can't wait to know what Apple has in store for us in the coming years. One of the things I was very excited about before getting the iPhone 16 Pro Max is the extended battery life that Apple claimed this phone has. And I'm glad to report that battery life on the new iPhone 16 Pro Max is a game changer. Even with heavy usage like streaming, gaming, and photography, it lasts all day without breaking a sweat. On this phone, I have been averaging 7 to 8 hours of screen on time throughout the day, while I end full 12-hour day with a 20 to 30% battery still remaining. In my experience, this is definitely an improvement over my iPhone 15 Pro Max as I am getting around 20% more battery life based on a very similar usage. So am I happy with the upgrade after 3 months? To that I would say yes, however I still have some reservations. While the design might feel repetitive and some features like the camera control button didn't wow me, the overall experience including the camera, software and battery life makes this a worthy purchase for me. I would have been happier if I had not upgraded to iPhone 16 Pro Max from iPhone 15 Pro Max, which offered a very similar design and ended up getting all the Apple Intelligence features that are available on iPhone 16. So while this is not a massive upgrade for anyone with an iPhone 15 Pro Max like me, the combination of refined hardware, incredible camera features, smarter software and reliable battery life makes this upgrade a no-brainer for anyone who has an iPhone 13 or lower. What do you think about the new iPhone? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more iPhone tips and reviews. Thanks for watching.